record on this thing. All right, we're recording. I think it's
Hello, my name is Nancy Bosejo, and I am your mediator today. And I am getting my mediation training from Abilene Christian University. And I'm impartial and neutral with all of you. And this process has begun because you guys have had an opportunity to sit with each other in a room for 3 hours and nobody spoke. And so now we can commence the mediation. So as of now, I would like each one of you guys to explain your side of the story.
okay. Can I go first?
Oh, yes.
Um, so after kind of reflecting a little bit, I have some things to say, but I feel like I've been a little harsh. But I'll go ahead and say it anyways, just so you know how I felt, and I'll let you know how I feel now. But when my grandpa's lamp was stolen, it really hurt. I still feel hurt. I miss it, and I really hope that we can find it. And you know, as we've been on the home association, or the home the neighborhood watch for a while, and I really thought that initially when you saw those guys come to my house, I really thought that you should have done more. Um, I thought that since you saw someone kind of trying to open my door, it would make sense that especially someone on the neighborhood watch would do something. Um, but I can understand also waiting and seeing what's going on. But uh, that's kind of where I'm coming from. I was kind of angry, and I still kind of am, but I think that we should do something uh, about the neighborhood watch, and to kind of tighten that up. What do you think?
Are you asking me or are you asking
Yeah,
them?
yeah, no, I'm done. That's pretty much my whole thing.
Where is she?
I'm here. Um, at this point, it will be Les's turn to tell us a little bit about what she feels.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Aaron, for sharing your side of the story. I just feel like that you just, blame the loss of your lamp on me under my watch. I mean, I understand that I am also part of the Neighborhood Watch Association, but just to clarify, it's voluntary and I am not obligated to, it is my job to chase people away from the neighborhood. Like, people are welcome here, it's a friendly neighborhood and we will like to keep up the spirit, but I just feel like you just can't, you want to off on me as if I'm responsible for watching your house. First of all, I'm not getting paid to watch your house, and I have my own stuff going on at the same time that I need to focus on. And I told you that I only saw a couple of high school students, trying to open your door, but it was locked. It didn't look like they were doing anything violent, or anything that looks like a crime around the neighborhood. So they just went back in their car and leave. So when I told you that, I kind of feel like you didn't respect the fact that I told you what I saw with my own eyes, and you expected me to do more. Like, what more do you want me to do when I told you exactly what I saw? And why would I call the police when I didn't see anything, wrong with what the kids were doing? If they try to open the door and it was locked, I think it's normal. Unless they try to pound on the door so hard and try to break the door, then that will give me a clue to call the police. But it wasn't anything, like that. So I feel like you owe me an apology for coming off at me like that. So that's what I would like from Aaron, if he would like to do that. But other than that, I don't see a reason why we can't find a solution to this, because the lab means so much to the community as well, and I look forward to assisting and giving you whatever service that I have to help find the lab. I mean, of course it is a treasure to the neighborhood, and I'm willing to do anything that we can do as a community and a neighborhood to find the lamb again. So yeah.
Okay. Um, I can speak now that we've
Yes.
done our speeches.
Yeah, yes. Go
Um,
ahead.
you know,
You can answer.
I think I might be willing to entertain an apology. I mean, I was upset, and I realized I might have come off a little strong. But at the same time, I think that we do need to strengthen our neighborhood watch, because if something like this can happen when, I mean, you saw part of it, and part of being a neighborhood watch is kind of knowing when to respond. And I feel like that would have been a prime example of a great time to respond. So if we can kind of come to an agreement about either fixing the what we're doing now, because if we can't do something like this, then what's the point of even having a neighborhood watch? Um, so I would like to see that happen, just so that it doesn't happen again.
Okay, that's fine. We can, I can always, adapt myself to the idea, but I can't promise anything. I'm getting old, and people have short term memory, so things happen, and it just happens to be out of our control. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. So yeah.
Okay.
Would you guys be amicable to bringing it to the homeowners association to include in the homeowners rules and regulations as
Yes,
to what is decided?
I would be.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. So with that being said, then yes, I do apologize for the way I acted. Um, but hopefully things will be better in the future.
Apology accepted.
Okay. Um, so at this point, it looks like you guys have come to a resolution, and based on what you guys have stated, that you all will bring this to the homeowners association as well, so that this could be incorporated within the homeowners rules and regulations. And I hope that you guys continue to be amicable with each other.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Right.
I guess if something were to happen, it would go to. Um,
And if something was to happen, it would go to the third party judges, a panel of third party judges who would review the dispute.
okay. And since we kind of get where we're coming from, we don't have to do the
We
normal
don't have
of having to do the 24 hours cultural thing.
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm okay with that. All right.
Okay. So I will. So I I believe that we are done at this point, and
I'm
I will.
sorry. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you for real quick. Can you remind me again what our term of agreement is at this point?
I will make sure that I put the terms of agreement that you guys have agreed to in writing, and I will send it to both of you
Okay.
for your signatures.
Okay.
I like
Okay?
that too. Yeah,
Sounds
that's
good.
fine.
All right. So does that end the mediation?
Yes. So at this point, the mediation is concluded, and I will move forward and send the necessary documents to each one of you for your signatures, and they have to be witnessed, the signatures, and I will also review the agreements, and you guys have the right to review the agreements with your legal counsel.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
thank you again for coming, and I'm glad that you guys were able to come to a resolution on this matter.
No problem.
Yeah.
Anything for the community.
All right. So now that we've kind of finished that, talk about like the guiding principles or anything like that, or do you want to stop the recording?
Uh,
Okay,
Um,
now that we're done with the actual mediation, I think this is a perfect time to talk about what we talked, what we discussed during the mediation, and what could have been done next time to like improve the mediation. I think
Okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
it's just a thought, but if anything, good job, guys.
Yeah. I think that
I
went
think you
well.
guys did a great job.
Yeah.
I'm,
Um,
I'm sorry, I just kind of like really rusty. I just kind of like pulled my book out. So thank you for assisting as we went
No,
along.
I mean, are you done recording?
we're still recording right now.
Oh, okay.
I figure we can kind of like talk about the guiding principles.
Yeah.
My character was wanting to keep that core value number one of honesty, and
At
that's
all
what we
costs.
reflected on in that 3 hour period. Um,
That was way too long. Like I said before, like what are we gonna do in that three? I'm gonna be honest, Dr. Helper. I mean, Professor Helper. If you're watching this, I mean, I'm surprised that we got to spend 3 hours sitting across each other and looking at each other. I mean, it does have a purpose, but I just feel like it's too much.
and I think that I would reduce that to maybe 30 minutes because after
Right?
that I'd be fuming.
30
I'd be
minutes
like,
or an hour, to, the
my
latest.
back starts to hurt.
Like that could be like a good opportunity for like a physical violence or something. Like you
Mhm.
need to stop blaming me for this and that. Like because things can be hostile at the end, though. Like even if it's at the beginning of mediation.
Yeah.
Um, One of the guiding principles is that each individual is responsible for his or her own actions. And this way of thinking encourages everyone to look to themselves first before blaming others.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Aaron thought about that a lot. So
should have thought about that before he starts yelling at me and try to accuse me for being responsible for the missing of his lab light.
Aaron learned a valuable lesson today about checking his feelings at the door. Uh, but
Um,
all right.
and the second principle is to um, really love and celebrate one another alongside with the respect of others' rights and customs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think we did that. And,
yeah,
yeah, we talked about how I think I mentioned how the neighborhood watch association is a volunteer thing, not
yeah.
an obligation. I mean, I haven't signed any contract that I'm gonna be full responsible if anything happens in the neighborhood kind of thing. Which yeah, that was taken care of during the mediation.
Yeah. But I think we covered a lot of the procedures too. Some of them didn't quite apply, like that last one.
Yes.
The third
Yeah,
judge, we kind of
but
glanced
also
over that. And then the 24-hour cultural tradition, just kind of mentioned that, but it didn't
The
really
number two
apply.
doesn't apply because you guys came to an agreement.
Yeah. But we did the mediation, we did the 3 hour thing.
Yeah.
And then I prepared a speech. So I think we did good. Is there anything else we want to discuss before we stop the recording?
how the parties felt about the resolution and let's talk. Oh, how do you feel about the resolution? Like we talked about what it was like. Oh, we already talked about everything. So yeah, in
Yeah.
the process, yeah, I did talk about.
I mean, Aaron felt pretty good about the resolution. Me and myself, I felt pretty good about the resolution. I feel like that's a good thing to do, because Aaron's just more upset uh, that his thing got stolen. Was his lamp because it's in the family? He just had it, and you know, he just wanted someone to blame.
And I think like what helped you even more was the idea that I came to like, I came down and like calm down and come to an agreement like, I'll do anything, whatever service that's needed to help you find the missing lamp because,
Yeah.
it's important to you and yeah, it's my way of helping my neighborhood. So
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like that's one way to strengthen like our neighborhood relationship.
Yeah, I think so. How'd you feel, Nancy?
I think that was great the way you guys both introduced yourselves and the way you went into the matter, how you proposed, how she stated from the beginning that that's what she was looking for an apology, and how you stated the fact that you realized that you came on a little too strong and you were willing to apologize to her. And I like the way that that came together.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts
So I
if
thought that was great.
yeah, like, sorry, what are your thoughts if things comes to worse, like, what if we can't negotiate a solution in this matter? Like, just a random question. Because I went through the required readings, and there's that book by Daniel Sharpiro.
Shapiro,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like negotiating the non-negotiable. Like,
yeah,
if all comes to worse, then we'll go with the last procedure, right?
Yeah.
yeah. The last procedure is for if things cannot be resolved, then it's brought to that panel
Yeah.
of judges, and for them to review the dispute and make a determination.
Yeah.
To me, that last one is a little, because it doesn't seem to align with the idea of mediation, because it's just judges making a decision regarding a matter that they're just going to review. It's not the parties coming to a resolution together.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've done good here. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we end the recording? Okay, we can also text and stuff like that on the document after the fact.
Yeah. I just want to do this. Sorry. To help out with Roberto, if he's gonna write the
Yes.
group summary. If anything, I feel like we did the mediator and the parties also utilize the mediation anatomy from Pullman and Bowman, and what's his name? Who's the other one? The strategies.
Yes.
You guys are the anatomy of mediation, where like there's an opening. Gosh, it was somewhere here. But yeah, there's that part, and that it's more of like a tactic or a strategy that I feel like we used throughout the mediation, so that should help out with how I feel like that anatomy does help our mediation role, like, to flow, and how the mediation went, especially for the mediator. I think you did a good job with that. Yeah, just that.
Okay. All right.
All right, so he's going to write the mediation, the thing, or you want me to write it, or?
I think we have until Saturday, so we can kind of decide that.
Okay.
But I think Roberto, since he wasn't part of this, he probably wants to get his hands and do something with this, so he gets a.
Yeah, I know he will want to.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and end the recording, and I'll get that posted. I'll try to get a YouTube link and post that into the discussion post, so we can all see it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, guys.
Yeah, hopefully everything. It still says it's recording, so I assume it's going to all work out. I'll let y'all know if something goes wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Keep us posted.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I think you still got time to write your discussion.
Yeah, I've got time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a good night.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.